Prepare for a fusion of knowledge and exhilaration where education and excitement collide.
Taking you on an adventure that expands your mind and speaks to your spirit.
I'm Master Nick.
I'm Lady Dee.
We are the Dom Life.
This podcast contains sexually explicit topics and adult content.
It is intended for listeners 18 and older.
The opinions expressed in this podcast are ours alone, based on our personal thoughts, feelings, and experiences.
We understand that others may have different opinions and experiences, and we respect that. We would love to hear from you. You can reach out to us at www.thedomlife.com. All right, welcome back, everybody. We have kept you all in the dark. I think it's time to reveal the surprise that we have
Regarding the Kinktasia 2024 performance.
We have found through Dan Erratic Eros here with us.
Yay!
And
he was the second half of that duo
performer. So we actually have the clip from our discussion on the 2024 Kinktasia performances. We talked about the performances that was my favorite and which one was Lady Dee's favorite. And Lady Dee's favorite was your all's performance. And it was, before we play the clip, I do have to say, you do not realize how hard it was for us to record that. Because
we are very respectful.
We are respectful. We did not get any information from anybody. We didn't even know your stage names. We were too tired to pick up the pamphlet that was laying in the seats.
On every seat almost.
So when we were talking about your performances, we didn't know your pronouns.
And we weren't going to disrespect by saying the wrong ones.
By trying to paint this picture of the performance that you all done, which was amazing. It was phenomenal. I preferably like the woman with the sword that spun.
But that's because she was very
so that was my
sexually beautiful.
But when we got to yours, trying to paint the picture of what your performance looked like, we wanted to say it was two guys that were doing this, but not knowing your pronouns, it was very hard. So thankfully, we now have you here, right here in front of us. We know a little bit more about you. We know more about Dan now, but we're going to get into you, Eros, here in a little bit. But what I want to do is I want to play this clip. Now, this clip is from 10 weeks into our podcast. We done this, and it is actually episode...
I took it out.
The fuck?
By accident. It's episode. I didn't do it intentionally.
Episode 16.
It's episode 16, and it was 10 weeks in.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
So I'm going to play this clip. Just keep in mind, we were 10 weeks into our podcast. This is actually episode 16. We've gained a lot of ground since then. We've progressed a lot since then. But let's go back to episode 16 to listen to how we described your all's performance.
Mine were two performers that came out in 1600 garb.
Yeah, they kind of look like George Washington, like what George Washington would wear.
And these performers played off each other in such an amazing way that it started out where they were almost dueling.
Yeah, like a feud or something.
They pulled off the gloves, kind of one would do it and then the other one would do it, and they threw them on the ground. So it was all this very intense, I'm calling you out thing. And then it kind of transitioned where the performers were getting a little erotic with each other, and their body movements were a little bit more sensual. And then they got into ripping the clothes off each other. Yeah. So of course the outfits are made to do this, but they started stripping each other in forceful manners. And that led into some very huge aerobatic type stuff.
That was cool.
And the dirty dancing in the water where they pick.
Yep, they did do that.
They did that on a stage with no anything.
Yep.
And it was a great performance.
It was.
And of course, they're stripping as they go. So in the end, it ended up with some
Pasties.
pasties.
So that was our description.
And it was so hard because it was the comedic part of it is you guys wore the pasties, the little X's, just like all the women too.
Yep.
Like everybody that performed had those, but watching you having them on when you didn't necessarily need to made it fun. It just was so fun.
So with that being said, welcome to the show, Eros.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
With that,
Talk about that performance that you all done. Anything that we forgot to mention, anything that stood out in your all's mind that we didn't see, or the time it took to do that performance? How long did you all practice it? All that kind of stuff. What led up to it?
I got a pretty good add to that.
Okay.
My first Vixens show that I went to, I saw Erratic Eros on stage, and I said, I want to be like that guy.
he's amazing.
Literally my inspiration for getting into burlesque. I was like, that right there. I want to learn how to do that. And I got a chance to meet him. Sticks around after the shows.
Yes.
And I don't remember how long it was before Kinktasia, and I said hello. I couldn't believe it. I don't know, it's just amazing. And this human is beautiful inside and out. And as a result, we started, I don't know, we got to be friends and got a little bit more friends. And I said one time, I was like, hey, what would you think about doing a duet with me?
Right.
And so we started putting the ideas together, and he wrote all the choreo for that one. And we practiced and practiced. We probably practiced for 2 months. And then to be able to do all the acrobatics within that, the strength, and I don't have that background. He does.
Right.
And so to be able to have the strength and the trust with each other.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. You were like climbing on his back at some point too, right?
Yeah, he did a flagpole on me. That's a where he just stands there and I hold his legs and I trust him to not, or he trusts me to hold him long enough to not fall off.
Right.
Right.
And we did the dirty dancing. Got to get up there and just have a shit-eating grin. Don't die, don't die, don't die.
I do appreciate that you trusted me with that. There are vixens that do not trust me with that. And I'm like, I do a show with you every, 3 times a year. You don't think, no, it's fine. We're not going to do that. I'm like, okay.
Right.
It was so
First
much
time, he's
fun.
like, I got it.
Right.
And then we did the handstands. I did a handstand, and he's laying on the ground, and he just kept lowering me.
Right, right.
No. I was like, oh, here we go. And one of the times we were just reached and grabbed, I didn't realize what it would do to the audience because I just looked and I grabbed a collar and we looked at each other. And everybody goes, whoa. And I was like, what are you all doing? Like, oh my God. A bunch of thirsties. And we do have the costumes that would come off, but we had one error and I climbed up on you.
Yes.
And I tried to rip the shirt. I couldn't. All I did was rip. It didn't rip off.
We noticed. We did see that. It was like
so frustrating.
It was, you were yanking.
It would not come off. And then I don't know what happened. In the time that I stepped down, walked a couple steps over, and I think I caught your pants maybe with my my shoes. And I turned around, and you got no pants. I got no. Like, what is going on? And I was genuine surprised. Like, we are a step ahead. And Eros walks over and just stomps over me, grabs my pants, and just ripped them. And I jump up down, and all of a sudden I had no pants on. And I was like, okay, it's on.
Yeah, so there was complications with it, but as a bystander, as somebody in the audience, the way you all played it off and the way that you all kept going, and it didn't become a distraction or it didn't become a problem.
No, it became part of the
it
performance.
Was part of it turned a little more comical. The fact that his shirt wouldn't rip, and it was like, okay,
you were struggling.
but it was an amazing performance, and we actually seen you. We came a few months later to a Vava Vixen. Cotton
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 Candy,
Candy Carnival.
Carnival.
And we got to see you perform there as well. And so
I
those
got
were
called
the,
up for that one.
Yes.
Me and my pink hair. It must have been the pink hair. I'm just saying.
You got called up like twice to go
Yeah.
up on stage, and that was a cool night.
It was a fun one.
So, Eros, how long have you been performing and dancing?
I want to say 10 years now.
Okay.
Maybe a little more. The brain's starting to go a little bit, but no, I want to say 10 years now. I've been with Baba Vixens for 7. I've been doing Kentucky Shakespeare for at least 10, but something says it's 11 and I'm misrepresenting. That's why I'm like, the brain's starting to go, was it actually 11? Was it 10? But I'm like, it's been forever.
Right.
And before that, we did middle school things, but I was a jock in high school and was just nowhere near the theater scene.
Right.
And then got back into theater because of college, the first time actually.
Okay.
My favorite movie is The Fifth Element, and I
love The Fifth Element. God, I love that.
And my favorite character is obviously Ruby Rod.
Oh my God.
And so I was entertaining a couple of people outside of a class, like, come in, oh my God, come on, oh my God, come on, oh my God, come here. And
they're perfect. I love it.
And one of the theater teachers, Tompkins, was listening to the entire exchange, and he came out. He's like, you come with me. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, this is the first month of college. I'm about to be expelled for being too loud. And he pulls me in his office. He's like, are you in a theater program? And I'm like, no. And he's like, I would love for you to be Dogberry in Much Ado About Nothing.
Okay.
And
so that's like, where it started.
That's where it started. I was Dogberry that season. I was like, oh, I could do this. I feel like I could do this. I
Right.
love Shakespeare. Hated it in high school because you have to read it.
Right.
Loved performing it. And that's how I got in doing Shakespeare, and Burlesque was a dare.
Well, yeah, I was going to ask, how did you go from that to Burlesque?
So I was a male stripper in my early 20s.
Okay.
And then somebody's like, you were a male stripper. You should go audition for the Vava Vixens. They're looking for men. And I was like,
are you single or I'm just curious?
I am poly
in a relation
and partnered.
Okay. Poly. That's good. That's good.
Yes.
Poly and partnered. Okay.
Wow.
Well, because you just said stripper, and I'm thinking all the listeners are gonna want to be like, "Hello."
They are until they're like, "Oh, wait, you want a relationship?" I get a lot more I get treated like man meat a lot more than asking for a
That's
relationship.
not very nice.
I
mean, it's still
it is
good.
thing, yes, but
I mean-
there's some days like, can we cuddle? No, okay. Have fun. But so I went to the Vava Vixens audition and did it on a dare. I didn't have my music set or anything like that. I wore a costume of belly dancer pants and a golden vest and a top hat that I wore underneath like dance clothes. And I did a Shakespearean monologue because I didn't realize I needed music. So I did a striptease to a Shakespearean monologue.
I bet you that was hot.
It was hot, and they were laughing their ass off, and I'm just like, I didn't know this is all I needed. I'm sorry, my bad. And they're like, no, that's great. We want you. Because I had the striptease down from being a stripper,
Right.
the Shakespeare down from learning
Right.
Shakespeare, and they're just like, that's a weird combination.
Right.
Yeah, we'll put that on stage. I'm like, no, we will not, actually. You guys liked it. I don't think anybody else will. And that's how I ended up with the Vava Vixens, and I've been with them for 7 years now.
Okay.
How many performances do you do in one of their shows now? I mean, currently. How many are you actively involved in?
Depending on which show it is, anywhere from 9 to 14.
I was going to say, you done several. I couldn't count, but there was several performances that you were a part of when we was there that night.
Yes, and it fluctuates because sometimes it's like we're going to focus on our new spotlight, and they have very specific, this is who we're dancing with, and that's fine.
Right.
I'm not doing heels, and last show was all about heels. And I'm like, that's great. Absolutely. And then there are some shows where like, Brad, I need you to come out with a lightsaber and fight me. And I'm like, great.
Right.
I also need you to dress up in a tuxedo. Great. I actually need you to put on this dog collar and be a werewolf and chase me around while I'm in a red bathing suit. Yes, absolutely. And then I look up and I'm like, that's number 10.
Right.
Hey, can I bow out like 2 so I'm able to move on Sunday? I'm talking real loud.
Well, and part of it would require like the practices with each of the individual shows as well. Like if you're not leading it, then you're part of a group and
Mhm.
you're that seems like it would take a lot of your time.
Rehearsals go from around about 7 o'clock in the morning till possibly 4 or 5, sometimes 6:30 in the afternoon.
Okay. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of dancing.
Yes, but that's standard. Kentucky Shakespeare's stuff goes from around about, I want to say 9 to 10. Then there's a like break for lunch at around about 12, and then you go until around about 6 o'clock. And then you go do a show right after that. You get like an hour for dinner, and then you go do a show.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we do 3 plays every year. And this year we're doing Much Ado About Nothing. Aha, I'm in it again. Hamlet and Sibylline are the 3 shows we're doing. And while we're doing one show at night, we're in rehearsal for the next show of the morning.
Right.
And we do that show at night. And then it just rotates until all 3 are up.
Well, I saw that it's an outdoor. Is it outdoor?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God,
and it's
so
free.
hot.
It's at Central Park.
It's
Yes.
so hot. How did you like? Were you guys performing a couple weeks ago when it was ridiculous?
Yes and no. So we do have a long-standing thing where, and the people who are in charge there, I'm not sure if they want me to mention them in this podcast, are absolutely like, hey, we really care about our actors. So if it's above this heat index, we're not doing it. There is no ands, there is no ifs. Don't get in your car, stay home. And there were at least 2 nights that were called where it's just like, the heat index hasn't gone down below 100, stay home. We're not going to put you in danger.
Because I was going to say, your gear, your costuming is a lot, and it would be hot. I mean, it would be dangerously so.
Oh yes, no.
I mean, even just in the normal heat. Let's not talk about 2 weeks ago. Let's talk about Kentucky heat.
Right.
Yes, no.
I mean, 2 weeks ago, I wouldn't want to sit outside to watch you move around and dance and get all hot and sweaty. Much less to be the person, right? But much less to be that person that's moving around and dancing and doing your thing, and that heats you up even more. So, yeah, it's outside.
What are the time frames that it runs?
Yes,
it runs from the second week of May usually till around about the last week of July.
Okay,
maybe a little depending on the time frame.
Okay.
And like right now, we're about to go into rep weeks where we do a different show every night.
So it's a nonprofit charitable organization. What is it for?
So it's for bringing the arts to everyone. One of the big things is like we do underprivileged communities, or we do go into schools, and it's making sure that the arts are accessible, because everybody tries to treat Shakespeare as if it's, and it is to some degree, this, high vaulted language thing that, and no, so many Shakespearean plays are literally a case of misunderstanding, 3 characters making, boob and dick jokes in the corner, and then the young couple coming together, or the worst thing possible happening.
Right.
But a lot of his language is literally, it's just like Taming of a Shrew, where he's like, what, with my tongue in your tail? And you're like, he's talking about tossing somebody's salad. Okay, Shakespeare, I see you. You're a little nasty man. All right.
Is theater what you do for a living?
Actually, I work with this amazing human being over here, and we do windows, baths, and kitchens. Is the day job, but theater helps pay the bills substantially.
Does it for you? That's awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you want to do theater full time? Would you want that to be your full time only job?
I have done it full time, and it was my only job, and it is a blessing and absolutely wonderful and amazing. And if I could do it again, I would, but it is also a lot of travel here, do an audition, come back, pray that you got said audition so you have food. Did I get audit? No. Okay, well, and that's the expenditure part. So it's a lot of, unless you can get like a consistent job, which Shakespeare is to some degree, and Vava Vixens as well. It is a lot of, did I get the role in this thing? No?
Right.
All right, well, we're not getting the chicken or the peas. The ramen and the rice are what's going in the bag today.
Gotcha. So having a day job is definitely a good backup plan.
Yes. But the one time I did it, man, I was jumping from Kentucky Shakespeare to Vava Vixens to working on the Belle of Louisville to doing a haunted house to doing a murder mystery thing up in Ohio.
Holy shit.
And it was a lot, but I was eating well.
Right.
The whole 4 hours I was at home.
I don't know to each their own, but I kind of like having the job and coming home and being home every day.
No,
and
it's nice.
I could see, I'm trying to. I guess I was actually picturing being in theater like a movie star. Where you're on set for you get the spot and you're on set for months doing this and doing that and getting
doing
paid,
like a Chicago theater. Or
I never,
like a,
I never thought about having to do it. Viva Vixens, going to Bella of Louisville, going to Ohio. So it's totally different than a movie star. So that was just my perspective of things.
No, you're fine. I know somebody who is doing, or they were doing Chicago Fire and a couple of excuse me, got the hiccups, sitcoms on like Showtime before it became Max or whatever it is. And they were like, they said they had to go to Atlanta to shoot something for like 4 months. And then as soon as that wrapped, to get the next 6 episodes, they had to go down to Georgia.
Right.
And then immediately go up to Canada. And I'm like, what? Okay. And they're like, just locations.
Right.
They're all supposed to be in the same makeshift city of the sci-fi drama.
Right.
But it has to look different.
Around.
And they were like, that was great. All my bills were paid, and I was stuck in a trailer with a bunch of people I know eating free food every day. And I'm like, that's what you're thinking.
Yeah, that's what I was imagining.
Are you part of like the Actors Guild? Isn't that like something?
That is, and it's one of those things that I keep telling myself I'm going to do. Currently not, and the reason I'm currently not is just because you got to pay dues and other things.
Yes, and they're hefty. It's not.
Yeah, it's not hefty. Yeah, and if it's one of those things where you have to pay this if you want to be a part of the industry, but if you're not a part of the industry and you don't have that leg in, you're just throwing money for the off chance you get picked up.
That is correct.
And there's some stipulations, like you have to actually have set a line in a like motion picture and XYZ.
Yes.
That I think they're waiving, but there's criteria I have to meet that I have not met. Not for lack of trying, but also because I'm not willing to drive to Hollywood or whatever to do the audition. Because I've done a couple of auditions. I went to Hollywood and auditioned to be in a Marvel movie. And that was a time-consuming and interesting experience.
Wow.
What Marvel movie?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Okay.
I liked that too.
What part was you trying to get?
Whatever I could get.
Just anything. You was open for anything.
Yes. And like the experience is weird for me, and this is not indicative of the industry. This is not how it always goes. They put a bunch of us in a line outside of a studio thing, and there's just a dude with a clipboard, and you see him walking around, and he's asking questions, and like he's 4 people down from me, and there's this jack dude who's like ripped. He's like 6'4", and he's like, "All right, raise your shirt. Yeah, you've got abs. You've got the Ken doll cum gutters," and I'm like, okay, all right. I don't think that's what he actually called him. He's like, yeah, but you've got the little lines. I like that. Thank you very much. And then he does somebody else, and he's like, asking questions, and I can hear he's like, can you wear liquid latex? Can you have a makeup face on? Because we're not going to be the cute humans. We're going to be the aliens on this,
Okay.
And the person right beside me is like, man, because he's very skinny and a little short. Like, they don't want nothing to do with me because he's going, yes, good. You've got abs. You've got X. And he gets to the woman like 2 from me, and he's looking her up and down. She's like, very cute, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, what's your cup size? And she's like, what? Like, what is your cup size?
That's not a difficult question. I could tell you right now.
And she's giving him this like look, like, excuse me. And he's like, honey, I'm gay. I have no interest in you whatsoever. I just need to know if you're going to be the big titted alien or the little titted alien.
Right.
What's your cup size? Thank you. And you're like, oh,
like this isn't sexual.
All right.
This isn't sexual.
And it's just things like that. And that's the thing that you have to understand. It's like, it's no disrespect. He's just like, and he got to me and he's like, can you wear liquid latex? I'm like, yes. Can you fight? I'm like, I've done stage combat. He's like, raise your shirt. And I'm like, and he's, okay. And as soon as he said that, I was like, little hurt to my back.
That's one of the things when you're doing theater and acting and any of it is your pride takes a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Your ego gets hit a lot because you're thinking, I look good. I've done everything I need to. And they're like, I've seen better, or your skills aren't what, it's terrible. It's awful. Cause I did some extra work back in the day in Chicago cause I lived there and I taught some stuff. I taught some I was part of an runway walking, teaching, doing stuff like that. I was part of a school back then that taught others how to walk confidently and do stuff like that. This was years and years and years ago. So Yes, things you don't know about me, Master.
You're going to have to show me that walk after a while then. Shit, I've been missing out for 6 damn years. What the fuck?
All right, so back to what now let's I really want to know, Eros. What is the big dream? Like, you want to just do this? Is this the level you're happy at? You live your life, you have your family, your friends, your relationship, or do you want more? Do you, in terms of theater and acting and your stuff that you do?
I would love to be in a motion picture. I've had at least 2 opportunities that I can legitimately say did come up. The problem is money. It is not like back in the day where they're like, okay, we'll just take XYZ, like to fly you out to get you here out of the cost of your check. Because, and admittedly so, you can fly out there, be a complete douchebag, not finish the project, and they're just now down and have to recast you. So anytime, I think I got invited to do a thing on Netflix, but they wanted me to fly to California, and then from California we would have to fly, I believe, and I may be wrong, somewhere down towards Hawaii, or it may just been Southern America. And I'm like, I don't have a plane ticket cost for that, or a plane ticket cost to Southern America.
Right.
And then you wouldn't be working other than them. Now, how do they pay? Like, is it after it's done, or do they pay you?
No, they pay you
weekly or monthly or
they
whatever?
pay you weekly while you're on set.
Okay.
They do. I mean, at least from what I read of the contract, I don't know if I can disclose that because it's been a couple of years. I'm sure that's over. But yeah, they said they would pay us weekly because they do understand, hey, you don't live here.
Right.
And,
you gotta have your means.
And you're not working other jobs while you're here.
Yes.
So, okay. I was just curious because I just did extra work, because I'm in Chicago. It's
what you do. Yeah. And
right.
it pays.
Right.
Part of me is also happy with where I am because, I get to hang out with amazing people. I get to dance with amazing people. And if I'm off jet setting from X to Y to Z, you're my friend Daniel Hill is an amazing guy. Hey, if you see this, you probably won't. He does it. And he did tell me, he's like, you're going to be in a trailer somewhere for a couple of months. Make friends with your cast. And if you don't make friends with your cast, it's going to get real lonely real quick.
Right.
So it's a column A, column B. I would love to be in a motion picture, but part of me also knows, man, after 5 months of shooting and doing an XYZ, I'm going to be like, all right, great, leave me alone. I'm going to sit in my house, talk to my friends, go play board games, and not think about whether or not this movie is going to flop.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
But right now, you do still get to enjoy your passion with all these other and their money-making things. So it's not a bad life.
No, it's not.
It's not a bad life. But I heard you say earlier, and we didn't talk about this ahead of time at all, that you're in a poly relationship.
Yes,
Can we talk about that?
You don't have to disclose any names or anything.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm completely fine with saying, I'm polyamorous. And I have 2 partners at this point in time, though that tends to be my max because of working a day job and doing theater. I do have the tendency to be like, hey, this is all I can do.
Okay.
There's always that, why don't you take on me? It's like, no. I'm also very keenly aware that this is a failing on my part, or not a failing. This is a thing of me. I am a Southern raised gentleman from Texas. So I am all right, we're going out. I have this much money I can burn on you.
Right.
Now I have to times that by 2.
So
what about if I add in a third? No.
So you are in the type of relationship they call a kitchen table where everybody knows everybody. Like, so your partners and you
do
all
they
hang
interact?
out?
No, they do not.
Okay.
But I'm very open with like, hey, this other person exists. You can meet them if you would like to.
Right.
I'm never going to be opposed to that because one of the things that I found about polyamory and why it works for me specifically is because I may disappear for a while. And that's not me being mean. That's not me being rude. That is me going, hey, I get done installing a kitchen at 6 PM. I have to be on stage for a show at 7 o'clock. And I'm going to do that for 4 days in a row.
Right.
Right.
Which does not make me a good partner. I am completely willing to admit that. It's not that I'm a bad partner. It's just this is where my life is.
It's your time
right
constraints.
now. Yes.
Right.
Go have fun.
Right.
Go live your best life. you want to go meet Dan or Tasha or Steve or whoever, I'm not naming names, but I'm saying whoever you're also seeing, go have a drink. Come see the show with them.
Right.
And then when I'm done, I will happily reconnect and, put back in the time that I've clearly not been putting in.
Gotcha.
Or if you move on, just let me know. I'll have a
Right.
But I will understand the situation, because with monogamy, that was the biggest killer of my relationship. Is I'm doing 3 shows back to back during the summer,
right?
Or Vava Vixens to this or to that to this.
You don't have the time to dedicate to your partner,
yes,
and then they get feeling lonely or rejected or
yes,
ignored. Yep.
And sometimes it's just hey, I will be done with everything at 11. I will take you wherever you want to go. I will snuggle with you. I will make you dinner. I will do XYZ. And I've had more than one monogamous partner go, well, I just feel like,
Master Nick, I'm so sorry for interrupting. Oh. Did you hear? He said he would make dinner.
No, he didn't. I'm gonna edit that part out.
I'm so sorry for interrupting you, but I just wanted
whatever you do, don't mention that you all do your own damn laundry. I don't know if you do or not, but don't say that.
I'm just saying, it sounds like
you interrupted him to make sure that I heard. I heard he said it.
Okay, I mean, that would be awesome.
I don't know if it helps, but he can cook so good.
No, we don't need to add to it no more.
So what are our stances, Master Nick, on poly relationships?
Right. I should reiterate that is me going, hey, I know I have been MIA. Yeah. There are a set of things that come. Normally, I'm not cooking at 11 o'clock.
And in case you didn't notice earlier, he has 2, and 2 is his limit. So,
terribly sorry.
Please follow, like, and share our podcast.
Make sure to visit thedomlife.com, where you can find pictures and other details about the Dom Life podcast. And through the Contact Us button, you can ask questions or provide recommendations for future episodes.
We want to explore your kink too.
Be sure to check out upcoming events to see where our adventures are taking us and our photo gallery to where we've been.
Thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope you had fun listening and learning with us.
Till next time, keep calm and remember your safe word.
Red, red, red.